Now, it sounds weird to say that I like scars because, usually doing something that requires getting scars is usually pretty painful. So saying that I like them is a weird thing to say, but I don't mind them too much, I guess. I like them. I guess what I really like about them is the stories behind them. And so the biggest kind of most epic scars that I have are on the back of my head. And my hair's up right now anyway, but even like they're the kind where like I can feel them, but it would be weird to kind of search through my hair and show you my head scars. So you're just going to have to take it on faith that I have two scars on the back of my head. They both came from the same kind of like falling backwards and landing on something and splitting my head open. Not like, I don't think I was concussed, but I had to get stitches when I was 3 and 4, I think. The first one, I remember being in my kitchen, and I was pitching a fit about something, and I want to say it was about chocolate milk, that I really wanted chocolate milk, and my mom didn't want to give me any chocolate milk. So I'm in a kitchen chair, these big wooden kitchen chairs, and I'm like, throwing a tantrum, and the chair tips backwards. And tiny me tips backwards in the chair, and I split my head open. That was the first one up here. The second one was at a baseball game in Memphis, and I was sitting on like the back, like the back part of the bleachers. I think I just lost my balance, or I don't remember what I did, but I fell backwards and split my head open again. I do remember that one, and I can still, like, if I were to shave my head, that you would be able to see those, because I don't think any, like, no hair grows on scars. Those are like the real hugely epic ones. The other ones I have little ones here and there. I definitely bruise easily, but the theme isn't bruises. But I kind of, it's also weird to say that I like bruises. I really kind of think it makes me look like a badass, and I think that's why I like scars and bruises. As far as bruises go, like I played soccer from second grade all the way through high school, so I played it all growing up, and one of my favorite things about always playing so much soccer was that I always had these epic bruises. Because as a soccer player, my mom would say I was passionate. I would probably go so far as to say I was channeling all my teenage rage into being very physically aggressive on the soccer field. I was, very liberal with the shoves and the mean looks and the bitch get out of my ways. I don't think I ever really said that, because that would have gotten me a yellow card. Wow, I got off on a tangent. We're talking about scars. All the scars that I can kind of think of that I have that actually you can see anymore, I have no idea how they're going to show up on camera. See right above my nail? I ran into a drawer when I was about 9. It was a really sharp drawer handle. It sucked. It was really bloody. A glass top of a desk I had in college shattered when I was moving out of my house my senior year, and a piece nicked me on the top of my foot. See right there? This isn't a scar. This is just where I burned myself with my flat iron a couple weeks ago, and it's still healing. I talked about this on one of my videos. When I was doing my hair this morning, I burned myself with my flat iron. You see? It actually looks like something bit me, but I was straightening my hair, and I somehow pinched this part of my arm with my straightened flat iron. See, those aren't good stories. Like, I want really, really cool scar stories. I can't take credit for this. It was a friend in college, my friend Alyssa, who really came up with it, but I like to think that I've been carrying it on and spreading it around, that any story about any injury ever always gets much cooler and more badass when you just add a 2x4. I mean, you can look at my scars, and maybe my scars would be a lot more badass if we add a 2x4. Some punk ass stabbed me with the corner of a 2x4. A 2x4 splintered and cut the shit out of my foot. 2x4s pinched my arm and really, really made it hurt a lot. So, are those better stories? Maybe not. Maybe. But I like to think that adding a 2x4 makes any injury more epic. So, there's that. Now, I expect all of you to start adding random 2x4s into all of your stories. It doesn't have to even be scar stories. I mean, I think a 2x4 just tends to make anything more epic. For example, I went to lunch today, and there was just a guy there wielding a 2x4. I like it. Maybe not everyone is as impassioned about 2x4s as I apparently am. I don't think I've ever talked about them as much as I'm talking about them in this video. Awesome.